Hello and welcome to this late morning taste challenge we had. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to post a solo review. I should have posted it already, but I did do a solo review. Paddy's, formerly sold as Paddy, Irish whiskey blended, aged 3 years. They adopted the name Paddy in 1913, named after a famous salesman. Cork Distilleries Company Limited, Middleton County, Cork, Ireland. Imported by Sazerac, Louisville, Kentucky. Middleton is where they make Jameson, so they have a contract with those people to make this. Okay, it's been passed around over the years. Different companies have bought the brand. It's pretty well known. It was $19.99 at Total Wine and More, and it was $19.99 at Rouse's. I bought it at Rouse's. So they make this and they make the honey. Are there other variants? Perhaps, but they're not listed on the website, okay? So this and the honey. My friend David said he had the honey liqueur and he liked it. I never tried it. Okay, so here's the competitor, Bushmills Irish Whiskey Smooth and Mellow. Now you say, why doesn't that go first? That's 1608. Well, that's a bit of a bunch of bunk. Talk about that in a moment. Beautiful bottle, though, I got to admit. I bought this at Walmart. So it's about $4 or $5 more expensive. $23.99 at Total Wine and More, $24.99 at Walmart. So 20 versus 24 or 25. This is age 5 years. When we did our duo review in the living room watching the Saints game, and I forgot to turn the overhead lights on, I was like, it's so dark. I'm like, maybe if you wouldn't have done all those beer reviews before, you'd remember to turn on the lights. But anyway, you can those videos are sort of like a radio show, you listen to it more than watch them. But I said it was age 3 years. I don't know what I was talking about because I was watching the video playback and I was like, why did you say 3 years? It's not 3 years, it's more than that. And the website says 5. I think it used to be 9. Back in the 1930s and 40s, it was 9-year age, and I think it was 86 proof. Now it's 5-year age and 80 proof. Have they done that to a lot of whiskeys, brought them down in age and proof? Yeah. Has that brought up the quality? No. Can I do anything about it? No. Am I going to worry about it? No. All right. It is what it is. So who's going to win? Well, you would assume that the Bushmills would win. From Northern Ireland, still a British territory today, and Paddy's in the Irish Republic. Okay, who broke off all connection to the British Crown in 1949. With the rest of it, here's what they say about Paddy's. There's a reason Paddy's has been triple distilled the same way in County Cork, Ireland for nearly a quarter millennium. Some good things don't come to an end. The nose, malty, fresh, woody, hints of spice, honey, vanilla. Light and crisp taste, hints of nuts, malt, charred wood. Finish, a gently fading sweetness, a lingering of mild, woody malt. Now you say, don't read it, you're going to influence your tasting. I can never remember those tasting notes. They go like, it's too many things to remember. Bushmills Original, a recipe unchanged since 1888. Strange, unchanged. But yet, in 1938, it was aged 9 years and it was 86 proof. Now it's aged 5 years and it's 80 proof. So how is the recipe the same? Right? Oh, you say, oh, it's the same ingredients. Probably so. Same malt ratio. Grain, whiskey, malt, single malt, and etc. Yes. You could make 2 cakes. Bake 2 cakes. Use the exact same ingredients. Bake them on different temperatures and one longer than the other. You think they're going to be the same? Think you know the answer. With a recipe that dates back before Prohibition. Oh, yeah? There's no better whiskey for making a classic pre-Prohibition cocktail than Bushmills Original. Combining our pure single malt whiskey in a lighter grain whiskey. A filler whiskey, but they're not going to say it. You'll notice it's rich, smooth, warming taste almost instantly, just as generations have done before. I'm not hating on using filler whiskey because blended whiskey is like a thing, you know, so I don't even care. It's been going on forever, essentially. If you don't like blended, don't drink it. Simple as that. Okay, the cornerstone of our family, in other words, the flagship, is a smooth, versatile triple distill blend, just like this one, triple distill. They distill it, then they distill it again, then they distill it again. An approachable whiskey, which has been matured in both bourbon and sherry casks, resulting in fresh fruit and vanilla notes. And here's the tasting notes below, the little icons: vanilla caramel, summer fruits, honey, oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal cookies. So, you know, and then there's all kind of mixed drink ideas. And you know they're going to promote that because most people buy these two for what? Drink and eat? Wrong. Mixing, making cocktails, highballs, etc. That's fine. If, like I heard people say, what's the best way to drink whiskey? Any way you want to drink it. What's the best beer in the world? Whatever one you like the most, right? I have to make new tags. I forgot. I knew I needed to, and then I didn't remember. I would have remembered, except I forgot. And forgetting is always an impediment to remembering. You keep that in mind. The reason you don't remember is because you forget. B and P. Bushmills and Paddy. B and P. Patrick O'Flaherty. Also inexplicably called Patrick Flaherty on the same website. So what's his name? What was his name, I should say? Was it Patrick O'Flaherty or was it Patrick Flaherty? I'm not being critical. I'm just saying, well, you know, Flaherty is not the same as O'Flaherty. It'd be like if I said, well, do you mean Ireland or Northern Ireland? And you told me, well, it's the same thing. Well, no, it's not the same thing. Okay. So I don't know. Call Sazerac and ask them. They may not even realize they got it spelled two different ways. Okay, B for Bushmills. B is for Bushmills. And B is for bubble. And B is for bubble gum. And B is for brother who bought me some. All right. Here and away we go. Paddy's. It's got a cap, but that thing won't come off. And it's a real cork. It's not some like pressed together pieces of cork. It's a real solid piece of cork. No. My friend David was telling me, my grandmother's from Cork. I said, yeah. I forgot to ask him. I was going to ask him, did she have an accent, you know, like an Irish accent? He was saying court at first, court, like a tennis court. I said, not court, cork, like cork in a bottle. He said, oh. Bushmills, metal cap, twist cap. Squared bottle, which is better because you can store more bottles in less space, right? You don't have rounded edges that take up space. So we want to thank Johnny Walker for inventing the squared off bottles. I think that's the company that developed squared off, the Johnny Walker people, John Walker and Sons. Oh, well, finally, first time in my life, I poured them evenly. Well, maybe not the first, but one of the few times. Oh, They're both golden. There's no difference in appearance. Thankfully, I don't have to close my eyes. They're both gold. I'm gonna go by the total wine price. 24 for Bushmills and 20 for I'm rounding off. And 20 for Paddy's. $20 whiskey versus 24. Is the $24 one going to be better? I really do not know. This I do not know. Now Paddy's is just Paddy's. That's it. They got one whiskey choice: Paddy's or the honey liqueur. That's it. Paddy's and the honey liqueur. Paddy's honey. Now Bushmills, on the other hand, oh man, those guys who are owned by Proximo Spirits. Look at all the whiskeys they've got. They got the rare casks, 28 years, aged 28 years, single malt Irish whiskey, no blend. I bet you that ain't $25. Bushmills Original, the black, which is more expensive, and the Red Bush, which we got for the cheapest price on earth. We'll talk about that another day. Then there's the single malt age. Bushmills started single malt Irish whiskey back in the 80s. 10-year age, 16 years age, 21 years age. You ain't getting those whiskeys for no $25. You better come up with some money now. Okay, the original, the white label, sure, it's cheap because it's their mainline introductory level. No problem. You want to play Major League Baseball, though, hey, you got to pay. You're going to pay for the 10-year, the whatever, the 16-year and all that, 12-year, 16. You're going to pay for the 28-year. I mean, I'd hate to see what you'd have to pay. David Cassidy says, Teeling small batch. I'm not familiar with Teelings, but I'd be curious to try it. Okay. Okie dokie. Look, I don't have a lot of experience with either one of these, so it's going to really be a taste challenge because I don't have any experience. I don't know. I tried the Bushmills at River Ridge Hot Rods. We liked it. Then I bought my own bottle and I tried it and I liked it. And this is the third tasting. Smooth, says David. Oh, yeah, sounds like something I would like. Paddy's. I did a solo review. Then I did a duo review. This is the third tasting for both of these. So I don't know if it's going to make a whole lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get experience without getting experience. Like if you're working, if you have a job, you don't get experience until you get the job, then you can get experience. That's why some people get frustrated looking for a job. It's experience needed. Well, how do I get the experience if I don't get all that? Grain whiskey in a column still, similar to a vodka and these type of things. This is Gary as a reminder. Oh yeah, Gary, you got, I never could hide my application for this tube, my appreciation for this tube. Oh yeah, Gary got disciplined. Hello, Gary. I can't keep up with all the aliases, y'all. I got so many people with aliases get angry with me. Don't you know me? I'm your friend John on Facebook, and I'm Mimi Ga on YouTube, and I'm a klepto on I said, I don't know. I don't even get on Instagram, first of all, and I don't even know all the, I can't remember all these aliases. Joe Biden's dentures. I'm Irish by descent. Need to check out some whiskeys from the old side, the old land. So it smells like cereal grain, like a basic cereal you might buy to put milk in, you know, in the morning, breakfast cereal. Corn flakes, think about that, with some Cheerios, bran flakes, just basic. Column still. Now, is there a little bread dough taste, aroma from the single malt? Just a little. It's probably no more than 20%. I'd be shocked if it's more than 20% single malt. Just like these American blended whiskeys, you'd be stunned if it's more than 20% straight bourbon. The rest is the corn whiskey, the grain neutral spirits. In other words, moonshine. And people will pay $25 for moonshine. I say, why are you buying that? Because it's unaged. It's raw grain whiskey. Because they put it in a mason jar, you buy it. Okay. They had some French at Walmart. Had some French blended whiskey. French, same old principle, grain whiskey with the single malt blended in. I said, oh, it was so light, so light. I said, ain't no way they add color into this, which is good. But it was so expensive. I was like, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not paying $32 for just a blended, just a thing, ordinary thing. But then, of course, I could be fooling myself, like Styx would say, you're fooling yourself. You don't believe it because maybe it's really good. True story. I should maybe read some reviews. Might change my opinion. Sweet grains, cereal grains, and a little bread dough. It's fine, but it's just ordinary, regular old run-of-the-mill stuff. I'm 1/4 Scotch Irish. That could explain my entire life and liquor likes. That's probably true. Can't beat Paddy's for price and taste, says David. That's what I've been hearing. That's why I bought it. That's why I bought it. Okay, this does not smell too much like that one. What I mean is the cereal grains are a lot richer and more honey-like. And which one of these said honey? I have to go back so I can cheat and get it right. No, I'm not going to cheat. And maybe less bread, though. Okay. If it's got that pronounced honey and that pronounced cereal grain, it might be Paddy's because those harsh, if you want to say harsh, but let's say bold. Let's use the right terminology. Show respect. If you get those bold cereal grain whiskeys, then that means it's probably not aged, but about 3 years, and they're shining through, like Cyndi Lauper would say, "Come shining through." So I think it's bolder, but I'm not saying it's better. I bet you that's Paddy's, though. Why is there hair on my face? Okay. Last concert I went to was David Cassidy in Mason, Ohio. Got right in. Yeah, I'm sure you did. No big line for David Cassidy, huh? And then you were like, then when you saw him on stage, you were like, I think I love you. Hello, says Sand Beach. Have you had any of the Fremont stouts? No, I've never even heard of those. JBD says, for ironic value, I'm going to spend all $600 of my stimulus check on pork. Now, that's a good idea. Everybody should buy pork with their stimulus check. I definitely believe that, Gary. I went to see Bob Dylan in 1997. That was interesting. But we didn't walk out after the first song. We only walked out after the fourth song. I told my friend Rob, I said, you want to leave? He said, yeah. The music was good. The band was good. But, well. At least the Brian Seltzer Orchestra was good with that swing music. Remember in the late 90s, everybody was into swing music. Da-da-da-da. They had swing clubs, and that was like a big thing. All the tattooed women would go there with those black boots. So unattractive, so very unattractive. Okay, but that's just me. You know, I am the founder and president of PUAT. You say PUAT, yeah, you know, People United Against Tattoos. Okay. I have leftover pork and sauerkraut in my crock pot now. I got to get ready to go fix this gumbo. Fremont Brewing in Washington State, one of the best barrel-aged stout programs in the country, my boy. I'd like to try it. I really would, but we don't get their beers here, but could show up tomorrow. Okay, so aroma, we got that established. Mild and not so mild. Color, we have that established. Straight up gold and straight up gold. So color's even, flavor is not, aroma is not because it's a little more pronounced. All right. Got this respiratory problem. You say respiratory problem, that makes me suspicious. Well, I was just coughing up a storm a couple of nights ago when I was sleeping, a dry cough. It kept waking me up. Then it was a tight chest yesterday. I was like, oh, I feel bad. I didn't feel terrible, though. Then my nose a little bit, but it never was stuffed up too much. So is it what you're thinking? I don't know. And if it is, so far, it's really like pedestrian. You know what I'm saying? Like run of the mill, regular old wintertime bull. Hunk. Never understood the hype around Dylan Zimmerman. My wife loved David. Great concert. Everyone dies after I see the concert. Brad Delpa, Boston. See, when Gary goes to see him, then they die. He went to see Paul Kantner in 2015. And then look what happened. Jefferson Starship, but Paul Kantner. All right. Who interestingly died the same exact day as Signe Tolley Anderson, their first woman lead singer. So it's strange, it died on the same day. She got no press coverage though, because she was only on the first album. Did a very good job though, I have to admit. But she was married and she had a baby, and she said taking a baby on the road was torment. And she said, I don't let anybody watch my children. I don't trust anybody to watch my kids. So she was like, I told the band, I'm quitting. I can't. My kid first child, the later one, she had another one. They come first. Forget this band. They said, well, okay. Then they were like, what are we going to do about a singer? Then there was a lady looking it up in the paper. We need a new singer. She's like, I'll get that gig. Okay. All right, taste time. They said, what makes you think we want to let you join the band? She said, well, one pill makes you smaller and one pill makes you tall. All right, Blood on the Tracks was Dylan's masterpiece album, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, from 1975. Okay. I don't own any of his albums. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy them. I just don't have them. I'm more like an Iron Maiden 1981 album person. Like, Phantom of the Opera type, Genghis Khan type person. They didn't have any explosions at Bob Dylan's concert, and they had no inflatable monsters on the stage. And I was very disappointed. Well, that was tough because I just tasted both and I wasn't getting any big differences. So he says, I don't either, Ron. It's just cereal grain. I don't know what else to say. It's like a glass of cereal. You say, you mean it's like drinking a glass of cornflakes with some wheat, some Wheaties, and bran flakes thrown in? Yeah, it's kind of like that. That doesn't sound too delicious. Well, it isn't. It's kind of like, okay, why do you think people make mixed drinks with it? Because it's awesome. All right. But what do I know for Irish? Okay. This one over here has a lot more bread dough. Well, that's really weird because it was much more bolder. All the mountains boulder after you. It was much more bolder in the grain flavor than the other one. So this has got me kind of confused. And you know what they say about honey bears. When you cut off all their baby hair, you have a hairy-minded bear, pink bear. A lot of the classic rock artists are getting pretty long in the tooth. Robert Plant, Page, Daltrey, etc. I know. They're going to have to, it's going to all be about nursing care facilities. The only one in 20 years that'll still be going strong, drinking and smoking is Keith Richards. All the rest will be infirmed and not alive. And Biff were grooving in the street. All right. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I'll say this much: neither one of them have like a candy note. Well, this one does a little bit, but some of those American whiskeys, they'd be tasting like candy, and you think, wow, 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 this tastes like I want candy. You know, you get freaked out. You get simpleton minded. Anyway, I don't know. It's a tough one, but I think I got it. Talking about candy. Y'all know candy came from out on the island. And in the back room, she was everybody's darling. But she never lost her head. All right. And Holly, she came from Miami, FLA. Okay, let's see. Watching time, decimate your heroes is quite profound, actually. Tempest Fugit. Yeah, remember death. It ain't going away. Late to the party. Sorry, Ron. That's all right, Jeep and Foodie Caleb. People got things to do. Remember death. Tempest Fugit. Time flies. Memore morte. Better go to church. All right, this is not a preaching channel, but I like to embed those things in there, you know, in an oblique sense. I have an oblique manner of propagandizing people. Okay. Well, I think that's the Bushmills. I'm almost positive that's the Bushmills. And you want to know why? Because Sally can't dance no more. No, you want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because it has a better flavor. And I think Bushmills has a better flavor. She can't get it off of the floor. Can't get it up off the floor. Sally. Good morning, Ron. Tuned in late today, says D from Cool. That's all right, D from Cool. Also known as other names and aliases. But she was the first girl in the neighborhood to wear tie-dye jeans just like she should. Okay, she had appliques on her jeans, you know, little studs. But now she can't dance no more. All right. She can't get it up off the floor. All right. Anyway. Gotta watch out for Charlie's girl. All right. This is the Paddy's, and I'm telling you why, because it's more grain oriented. It's a little inferior. You say a little bit, like $5 inferior. Yeah, I would go along with that. It's like $5 not as good, which makes sense because it's $5 cheaper. So I would buy the Bushmills, the beautiful Bushmills. Now, I am not a member of the Orange Order. I've never been to Northern Ireland. I used to be Protestant, though. I never met Michael Stone. I did not pick him up on the highway in 1988 when it was Michael Stone 3 and IRA nil. I wasn't part of that. Don't know anything about it. Don't even know what I'm talking about right now. So you can't castigate me on those lines, all right? I'm not a United Empire loyalist. I'm not even Irish. I mean, I have Irish in the background, but I'm American. I'm a Louisianian. I'm not a French American. I'm not a German American. I'm more like a Louisiana American. Okay. Don't go too far, Tony. Okay. I'm not, Mel. You are. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Don't go too far, Tony. Using the wrong dialect. Anyway, it's a game. Sorry, Charlie, but Paddy's don't win. Hey, but Paddy's is all right, but it can't beat Bushmills. I hate to say it. And I'm definitive. I'm so right. I'm so sane that I'm insane. No. Or if I look at that and it says B, I'm going to feel played. But I think it's going to say P for Paddy's. Not quite as good. Here we go. I'm so scared. Like John Lennon said, I'll give you everything I got for a little peace of mind. Ha ha ha. Do not question the master. Young Skywalker. You had me down and you thought I was out, but I came roaring back off the mat. I got some kind of resurgent energy like the Hulk or a pro wrestler. Energy that came from nowhere, except for gamma rays or the script. But whatever. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Paddy's. Sorry, Sazerac. And that's a home team because Sazerac is owned by people in New Orleans. And I live 29 miles from the Superdome. True story. But I'm sorry, Bushmills, you win. And you clearly win. It's not even close. Bushmills clearly wins. It's a much better product. Well, I mean, it's a better product. I don't want to overplay it. But it is better. When I started thinking on it while I was drinking on it, I said, that's the Bushmills. That's the Bushmills. Oh, yeah. So there you go. Here's another clue for you all. The walrus was Paul. All right. Why? Good morning, Ron. Tuned in late. Success, says JBD. Success. Success. I'm so tired on the White Album. Great quote. Oh, thank you. Ha 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 ha. I used that group for most of my ideology in my thinking. What I mean is basically what I say day to day is based on everything they said. So you say you're a thief. You steal people's comments. Yeah, but I only steal it to use in my day-to-day vocabulary interaction with other people. Like I'll tell people, I'll say, hey, you know, all the world is birthday cake, so take a piece, but not too much, you know. I say stuff like that. Or I say stuff like, I say things like, let me take you down because I'm going to. All right. Anyway, Bushmills wins. I respect you, Bushmills. You got it going on. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Paddy's. Well, that's why you're $19.99. And the Bushmills was $24. So last comments, everybody's got something to hide except for me, and my monkey is favorite from the White Album. Well, David, you know, your inside is out when your outside is in, and your outside is in when your inside is out. So come on, right? And come on is such a joy. Come on is such a joy. And, you know, come on is take it easy. Come on is take it easy. So you need to take it easy. All right. You know that what you eat, you are.